Good morning! It is hiking time! So, let's go! So, I'm at Government Canyon again, but today honestly is probably my last time here while I'm here in Texas, because I will be moving back to New York next summer for sure now. And I've actually, after today, will have covered every single trail out here, which is cool. I really like this place. So yeah, I keep coming back because, why fix what's not broken? But after today, I will start exploring some other places and see what else is around here. But yeah, for today, I'm going to do the Cave Creek Canyon Trail. The one that's way out there is probably going to be, 13, 14 mile day. I don't know. It's going to be a long day, but I am ready for it. I haven't hiked in 2 weeks. I haven't hiked since I went snowshoeing in New York 2 weeks ago. So it is 45 degrees here right now. So it's a little chilly. You can see the hat. I'm going to warm up really quickly though, but the wind chill is like in the 30s. So it's a little chilly. And, even though I came from New York like a week ago where it was significantly colder, this has been a little bit of a shock because just yesterday it was like 85 degrees as a high. So, and I was in the swimming pool. So Texas needs to make up its mind, like either hot or cold, not both. All right, so let's go. It's actually really chilly. I had to stop and put my gloves on. That wind, it's gotta be like 34, I don't know. It's biting a little bit though. So we're on the Johnston trail. We're just gonna take this all the way out past the dinosaur tracks and the little cabin house thing. And then we'll loop back around, probably take the Black Hill loop to the backside of the Cave Creek Canyon Trail and then come back and cut across on one of those other trails, probably the little Windmill. And then we'll take the Johnston all the way back. So it is actually really quiet out here today. It's unusual. I think the wind is masking the sounds of the city. But there's like no people here either, which understandable. It's cold. And it is completely opposite from the work week I had, which was completely chaotic and crazy and loud. It's feeding my soul like it always does. Never disappoints. So that's the Wildcat Canyon Trail. We're gonna keep going on the Johnston. There's a bench up here. I am hot. I had a downgrade, man. Much better. I lost the hat, lost the fleece, and I lost the gloves because I'm really warm now. Almost 2 miles in, and I haven't seen anybody out here. This is crazy. There are quite a few cars in the parking lot, so that's a little weird. The sunrise has happened. Super beautiful. So when the leaves are all on the trees and the bushes, you can't see that sign. It's buried way in there, but rattlesnake area. With no leaves on the trees, you can actually see the canyon. There's just leaves on these trees. You can't see that in there. That's pretty impressive. This is the Twin Oak Trail.
Lap 2, 2038.
Oh, yeah. Lap 2. I know I already said this, but there's like literally nobody out here today. No bikers, no trail runners. Here you have Caroline's Loop going that way. Johnston this way. Dinosaur tracks. And they're coming up to the house. And we keep going. Oh, there's something so pretty about this section. Just the way it's kind of like overgrown. It looks like a road, but very rocky for a road, but it's so pretty. So I am just over 3 miles. Just around an hour, so 3 miles an hour, kind of average for me. And I finally saw a person. There was somebody running, and they ran past me, so I'm not by myself out here. See these places on the trail where you end up going into what feels like a dense forest, but it's not like New York where the dense forest is pine trees. But it still has that same feel, like the whole vibe shifts. So Little Windmill Trail is that way. We will come back that way, I think. Started here, walked all this to here. So we're gonna go up here, 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 and then back down. Okay, so here's the other end of the Caroline's Loop. I did that one before going that way. So now we'll be on new trail. I haven't been this way yet. This is covering that last little segment that I didn't get before. Oh, I saw another runner. So there are other people out here, but I'm way out, so you gotta work to get out here. We have reached the end of the Joe Johnston Trail, and we are going to be on, I've already done that one, but not this little segment. This kind of looks like every other trail out here, but it has a slightly different feel. I can't explain that. I will say this, I turned that corner back there onto this trail, and all of a sudden I'm walking into the wind. The wind is still frigid. Ooh, apologize, we're walking straight into the sun. We're climbing. This trail's had some good elevation. Look what I see. Soda plant. And a whole bunch. Look at that. These are huge. Yeah, so you can see how tall that is. They're huge. Sendero Balcones. That goes back to dinosaur tracks and eventually the car. Here is the Black Hill Loop. The other end of it. And I'm going to take this to the other side of the Cave Creek Trail. I'm in the back part of the park. Very overgrown. Haven't seen anybody out on this section yet. Saw 2 runners so far, but they were all on the Joe Johnston Trail. I'm not sure how far I am on the Black Hill Loop, how close I am to the Cave Creek. I found this. Little windmill. It's not on the little windmill trail though. And it looks like it's outside of the park, but that's cool. I literally just videoed it and said, I don't know when I'm gonna get to the Cave Creek Trail. Here you are, y'all. The spider. I've been calling it Cave Creek Canyon. I think it's just Cave Creek. Last trail out here that I have not done. We're gonna do it. And I hit that junction just right at 6 miles. Yeah, so I said it before. You get to the point of the trail where everything just kind of shifts and the vibe changes. But yeah, as soon as I got out of that field up there on the Cave Creek Trail, I ended up with this whole different vibe in here. We've been going downhill very steady, which I figured. I thought if I came the other direction, it was probably going to be mostly climbing. The far side of the Black Hill Loop is a high point. This actually looks like we're walking in the creek bed. It's a low point on both sides. You can't really see it, but it looks like a stream bed right here. And then I guess we go up kind of over here, so the water would go down in this. That's interesting. It's a little bit different. I have not seen any spiders. I think it's too cold for them. But I was hoping to see some spiders on the spider trail. Yeah, so you zigzag on this trail back and forth across this ravine, which looks like a dry creek bed. And of course, soda plants. Yeah, see now we're in the creek bed. Super rocky. Gradually going down this entire trail. It's not steep at all, but it's not flat. And I haven't gone up at all. So it's pretty cruisy. I think I did this the right way. Going the other way, I would have been climbing this whole time. Even though it's gradual, that still would have used up some energy. Oh, look at that. Back on the Black Hill Loop, I completed the Cave Creek Trail. That was absolutely delightful. I really liked that one. I probably didn't video as much as I could have, but it was kind of uneventful. Kind of like every other trail out here, but it was a little bit different. But I did enjoy it. So, a nice downhill walk the entire way, which is kind of nice. I think if you do it the other way, you're going to be going up the whole way, which might not be as enjoyable, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. That was 10 out of 10. So now we got to finish the Black Hill section here, and then we got to try to figure out how to get back to the Joe Johnston Trail. All right, we're back at this junction. Black Hill Loop. Kind of hiked all the trails out here before March 1st. You have that trail. I've done that one. You can go that way. Seen this one before. That goes that way, but I'm gonna go take the little Windmill trail and cut across because I think that's the shortest. All right, I hit 8 miles. And now I'm headed on the little Windmill trail back to Johnston. So, beautiful day, man. It's still chilly. And I'm not all hot and sweaty. It's great. End of little Windmill and back to Johnston. 9 miles complete. We're at 10 miles. And it's starting to get warm. I'm sweating a little bit, but it's funny seeing people come out here walking towards me and they're wearing puffies and gloves and hats. I'm so confused because it is actually warmed up. It's probably in the 60s right now. I find it funny. I mean, 2 weeks ago I was snowshoeing and it was 15 degrees, so it's all relative, I guess. 11 miles complete. All right, so that was the Cave Creek Trail. I took the Johnston Trail all the way out till the very end of it, and then I did a small section of another trail that I'd missed before, and then that took me to the Black Hill Loop, and I took that around to the backside of the Cave Creek Trail because it's not a loop trail, it's just a one-way out and back, but on the backside, the Black Hill Loop, it intersects there, so I went that direction and then came down the Cave Creek Trail back to the Black Hill Loop to the Little Windmill Trail back to Johnston and then back out. So didn't get super creative with the route today. It was pretty simple, but it was like 12.16 miles. So that was pretty substantial. It didn't feel like that. So, which I was surprised because it's been probably about a month since I've done a really long one. I did snowshoeing 2 weeks ago, but that was under 6 miles and it was a whole different type of workout, like high cardio. Here's more of like a long, slow burning endurance type activity. I really recommend this one. There again, it's a lot of miles and you have to work, pretty hard to get way out there to do that trail, but it was really nice. I really liked the trail. Absolutely delightful. I didn't see any spiders. A little disappointed with that because there's a spider on the post, but there were 0 spiders out today because, well, it's cold. But yeah, that was my last trail out here at Government Canyon. I probably will not be back. I'm going to go explore other places. In the remaining time I have left here in Texas, there's some other things I want to go see and check out. So I'll be doing that instead. But this is a great place. I might do a video kind of talking about my overall impression of this place and the different trails. I don't know, maybe somebody asked me about that, but I was like, well, sure. I mean, I've hiked every trail out here, so I guess I could provide some insight into that. But yeah, absolutely enjoyed it. Wonderful experience. It was kind of weird this morning, though. I only saw 2 people, and they were trail runners, and I was like 3 miles in before I ran into anybody, and then I ran into the 2 runners, and then I didn't see anybody else till I got back around to the dinosaur tracks on the way back, and then the crowds were out. There were tons of people, so that was kind of different. When I've been out here before, even on the far trail, I would see, I think I saw 6 to 8 people, pretty well spread out, but today, no. Which, probably the cold. It's cold and it's windy. You can see my face is all red because the wind, not because it's hot or anything. It did warm up actually towards the end, but not enough for it to be hot. So yeah, another great, fantastic, wonderful day of hiking. Highly recommend. Can't say enough about it. And of course, now I'm going to go get my snacks. So, okay, bye.